The Portrait of Kelly Scanlan. When Toronto-based veteran Kelly Scanlan joined the military, she was still a minor.
In the Canadian Army Reserve, or just in the reserves, they allow you to join at 16 with parental consent. I come from a family with a uniformed background, so my parents consented to me joining the Army Reserve when I was 16. And then I actually ended up earning high school credits for my time in the military. And then I ended up deploying to Afghanistan a month after I turned 19. My time in the military was very formative because it basically encompassed my late teens and early 20s.
Kelly is featured in her portrait holding the helmet she wore in Afghanistan. The vignette at the bottom of the painting is based on a real-life photo and depicts her in the midst of a training exercise.
I had joined the military with the classic idea of wanting to make a difference and change the world. And I think a lot of 16-year-olds think that way before they realize how complicated the world is. So when I went to Afghanistan, it was a very hard learning experience of seeing so many different dynamics of hard moments and things going wrong that you wanted so badly to fix, but you just couldn't. And just feeling very small in this huge conflict and feeling like, oh, I can't contribute positively to any of this. So it was a learning experience for me of seeing so much going wrong, wanting to do so much to change it, being really harshly introduced to the fact that it just doesn't work that way and that there's so much more to the world than we understand.
Kelly ended up receiving a diagnosis of depression, anxiety, and PTSD all at the same time. She recalls that her symptoms started near the end of her deployment in Afghanistan.
It wasn't until I came home and started kind of settling or trying to settle back into my life at home that the symptoms became much more noticeable. The trouble sleeping, the mood changes, the constant anxiety, the depressive symptoms of always feeling really, really down about my life.
Therapy and medication didn't significantly help to improve her symptoms, and she eventually experienced serious suicidal ideation. She credits the love and support of her parents for getting her through, as well as finding a new purpose through community service, athletics, and sharing her story as a public speaker. In 2016, she joined Team Rubicon Canada, a veteran-created and veteran-led disaster response team.
It was exactly what I was looking for, where they took the desire to serve that military members have, and they took our skills and they took our ability to function and survive in rough, difficult environments, and kind of gave us a new team, a new mission, a new purpose. So I ended up signing up with them and started doing disaster response operations. So that didn't fix things for me, but it did kind of drive me to feel like I had new purpose.
For Kelly, a major turning point was joining the 2017 Invictus Games, an international multi-sport event for wounded, injured, and sick veterans and active service members. She competed in swimming and cycling and learned how to use a wheelchair to play tennis as a team sport. She made the podium twice in the swimming event, capturing a bronze and a gold medal. She ended up serving as a spokesperson both for the Invictus Games and Bell Canada's mental health awareness campaign, Bell Let's Talk.
As scary as it has been, or as scary as it was, sharing my journey publicly was one of the most freeing things and one of the best things for me. And I was also shocked by how much positive reception I got, how many people reached out to me wanting to talk about their own hidden journeys and wanting to support what I was saying. And I had a realization that those of us who are struggling with PTSD and those of us who are struggling with depression and anxiety, we feel like the most alone people in the world. But the kind of funny part about it is that there are so many other people who are struggling the way we're struggling. We just never talk about it.
Today, Kelly continues to use the skills she learned in the military in her current job as a professional firefighter. She says that Canadians who want to help veterans with PTSD can work together to increase awareness about mental health. Civil society also has a role to play in working to build easy-to-navigate mental health systems, not just for veterans and active service members, but for civilians as well.
For people who are struggling, I would say be open to the fact that the thing that might help you may not be the thing you think. I learned that my life was changed through sport therapy, basically, and through volunteering. Other people have found music helped, or art. Other people have found like animals help. So be open to continually try something new and try something different. I learned this lesson about myself. You have to be ready to get the help. You have to be ready to address the things that are eating away at you. Sometimes you can have all the help in the world offered to you if you are privileged enough to get that. But if you're not ready to take the steps, if you're not ready to push yourself forward, it isn't going to matter. There's tons of resources for people. You need to find the one that works for you. You need to not give up.